This is Timothy Barr from MLW. Make sure you give a listen to one of the greatest podcasts in the world, True Heel Heat.
What's up, guys? This is Wolverine Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Rob Van Dam, listen to True Heel Heat. Pow.
What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for our WWE Saturday Night's Main Event 2024 review, discussing last night's special on NBC as well as Peacock, featuring Cody Rhodes with the WWE Winged Eagle belt. So many people above the age of 35 are happy today, but not so happy if you're a Cody Rhodes fan, because the night did not end there. But, of course, to discuss all of that, it is me, your boy, SP3. Yes, I am riding solo. Ta-da! in the background here. I am I am writing solo on this review here. The True Jaw Josh is my usual tag team partners with these WWE PLE reviews. This is not a PLE. It is the holiday season, so Josh has the day off. I think I can handle things myself. I was there live in the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York, in the press box, watching this show. So I will give you some live perspective. And yes, if you don't follow me at True Heel SP3, where I do some coverage, where I try to share all of my coverage, whether it be my writing, WrestleTalk.com, SI.com, whether it be any of my other contributions to other channels, whether it be Fightful, whether it be Sportskeeda, Wrestle Binge. But I was working with Sports Illustrated last night in my role going to the show, and I took the video of what happened in the post-match attack. And I'm not going to make y'all wait the whole stream. I'm writing solo, need time to probably get water and stuff like that. So I will play the clip for y'all very early on before we even get to the match to hear y'all thoughts on that. Because me, honestly, even though I was there live to experience the angle, and WWE's done a great job with their social media, and they'll probably get big social media numbers for this whole angle that they ran at the after the show ended. But I thought that this is like as a showcase on NBC, as something that you would think is going to drive people to not only watch the next Saturday night's main event, but also come to Netflix. If they don't already have a Netflix account, go to Netflix and watch the January 6th premiere on Netflix and watch, Peacock for all the PLEs and wherever else they want them to watch. I think that you needed something to grab the viewers, and the post-match angle was that. So to not air that during the special, I'm having conflicted feelings. This is the first WWE show in a while that I've went to. This is my first WWE event I went to in 3 years. So I was trying to get like my perspective being there live. I asked a bunch of my friends who watched it. So I'm going to ask all of you. So thank you so much. Appreciate you if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, and especially because I'm running solo. So y'all are my co-hosts here. So I want to hear what you guys think. What did you guys think about WWE Saturday night's main event? Let us know what you thought about the matches on the card. Let us know what you thought about the pace of the show, the presentation, the retro feel, Jesse the Body Ventura making his return. I haven't had the chance to go back and rewatch the entire show again. I think I watched the first 2 matches over again, watching it on Peacock. So a lot of my perspective is going to be the live perspective. So I want to hear from you guys what you thought about Jesse Body Ventura on commentary, what you thought about the retro feel, what you thought about the show overall, and did it do a good job as basically a commercial or a showcase for what WWE is? And do you think if you are a casual viewer, you would want to watch WWE again if you haven't watched it in a while or for the first time? Let us know. We're going to examine that. We're going to talk about that during this review. So I appreciate y'all for joining us live. I'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. Like I said, I'm writing solo here. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to poor lonely me, you could do that with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that we see on screen with us here. And it is the holiday season, folks. I got 2 kids, so I'm going to be broke. If not, I'm broke already. Yeah, I'm broke already. But yes, show your support. Send a super chat donation. Always appreciate the love, guys. We do have a couple of my familiar folks in the chat. We got Safet who says sup. We also got I Make Beats talking about, yes, the Winged Eagle. The Winged Eagle was back. That was a cool thing that WWE did. I kind of wish they would have just done it as a surprise instead of the whole video and stuff like that and mystery. We all knew what it was. As soon as the video came out, we knew what it was. I wish they would have done the video to start the show. Like right after you do the video package, the intro, like they did. I wish they would have done Cody earlier today. Cody coming up to Triple H and Triple H showed him what's in the case and show that for the live fans, show that for the fans at home. And that's how you set it up instead of the video on social media where days before the show, we knew we were going to see the winged eagle. I kind of would have liked it as a surprise. Me personally, I think it would have got a bigger pop when he opens his jacket and reveals he has the winged eagle belt on for this retro show. We got Dion Jenkins who says this show was better paced than most PLEs. That is true. It was a breeze to watch. I'm looking at I'm like every time a match goes by, I was just like, well, we still got plenty of time left. And then after like 2-3 matches, I'm like, oh shoot, we're almost done. There's only 1 hour left. Yeah, this is why Triple H, if you're gonna have a 5-match PLE system, you should probably make these shows a little bit shorter. We digest it a little bit better. If you want to make PLEs 2.5 hours long with 5 matches, I would have no issues. 2.5 hour long NXT takeovers are some of my favorite shows of the modern era. But we're not dealing with that now. We're dealing with Peacock and ads and commercials and a whole bunch of old video packages and promo spots for people who ain't even on the goddamn show. It's just like, come on now. I agree with Dion. It was a better paced show for sure. I Make Beats. Thank you for joining us today, sir. He says, prop SP3 doing the good work out there. Try my best. Try my best. I did not scream or anything like that. I don't know. Whether it was because I was in the press box and I was around other media, unless something cool happened like the post-match angle. I think that was the hottest the crowd got throughout the show to me. I Make Beast also saying, I'm all over the throwback vibe, the small entranceway, colored ropes, old school logo. I enjoyed it. Yes, that was cool. As soon as we came in, we're right above everything. So we're like eye distance, like right across from us is the big screen, and it had the old school WWF logo or WWE logo with the WWF logo style. So that was cool. Moneezy in the chat. Good to see you. He says, hello, SP3. Good to see you, good sir. He also says, it was a fun 2 hours on a Saturday night, and I love the retro vibe a lot. I do enjoy the retro vibe. I would like them to continue this. Since they are continuing with Saturday night's main event, they're going to do one the week before the War Rumble. They need to keep this retro aesthetic. And I would keep Jesse the Body Ventura. I think Jesse the Body Ventura adds a lot. I was surprised that Hulk Hogan did not make an appearance, at least in the crowd or something like that. Then we saw that Hulk Hogan was at UFC Tampa, and we understand why he wasn't at Saturday Night's main event. There you go. We got Safed who says, I did enjoy the retro of the intro with the retro theme. Yes, indeed. For sure. So, without further ado, share this with your friends because I got to share some footage with y'all. WWE shared theirs, but I always think that fan footage, shaky cam footage, and fans marking out the stuff just adds to a video quality. So WWE has their video out. It's on their social media. I put my video out just before them on my social media. But if you're not following me on social media, here is what happened after Cody Rhodes retained the Undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens at the end of Saturday Night's main event when the cameras stopped rolling. So that is what happened. A package power driver. First time since signing with WWE all the way back in 2014. Kevin Owens hits the package power driver in a WWE ring. This was a incredible angle to see live. I marked the hell out. That was me, if you were wondering, screaming package power driver as a longtime Kevin Steen fan from his days in Ring of Honor. My Lord, I was like, oh, this is wonderful. What a day. What a day. All my dreams came true. You guys know here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, my previous rivalry with the reigning undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes for not too sweeting me in the Hammerstein ballroom. And this, I mean, I gotta agree with Safet. I mean, my brother Safet, man, he be in the chat, he be in the gym shooting with us, and he's shooting it real. He's shooting it real. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you, man. He kind of deserved that. He kind of deserved that. He cheated to win. We will discuss that when we get into the matchup. We also got Dion Jenkins. He says they should do a Saturday night's main event before SummerSlam, Rumble, and Mania. That's a good shout. And that used to be how they used to schedule the Saturday night's main event. They would have one in January, have one before WrestleMania, and have one before SummerSlam. And then back when it came back in the mid to late 2000s, they did the same thing. So it's a great way to promote your upcoming event. I think that they used this. The only thing they really were pushing on this show was really Raw going to Netflix. Not really anything. I wish they would have done more to promote what's going to be on the next, television episode. And I think then that's why I said before, I think not running this post-match angle on television during the broadcast, that would have been a great way to hook viewers and be like, hey, you got to watch next Friday night SmackDown to see what's the consequences of what Kevin Owens just did. They could have hooked people with this type of angle to close the show. We got Ed, thank you. Ed A. Kane Main saying nice view. I thank you to WWE. Thank you to WWE. Thank you to Sports Illustrated. Always appreciate the love. Always appreciate the support. The WWE people were great to me. So I want to send my shout out to everyone over at WWE PR. They were awesome. To all of us media that were in attendance in the Nassau Coliseum. And we got Chuck Berries in the chat, sending a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for all the support. I'm debating. You guys let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the comments down below. Should we do a True Heel Heat Community Member of the Year award for a year-end awards? Because I want to show some love to people like Chuck Berries, to folks like Safet, folks like I Make Beats, folks that are always shooting in the gym with us, always in the chat with us. So just to be nominated would be an honor, but I want to see who the people feel like is the most connected. Power Driver Finisher is another one. Big Man Dogs is another one. Like, you guys are as part of this show and what we do here on this channel as I am. Because we do so many live streams and we highlight so many of your comments, your thoughts, your takes are read out on air here as much as mine's are, really. So you guys let me know, should we do a True Heel Heat Community Member of the Year? Will Chisholm, of course. Will Chisholm. Yeah, Will Chisholm was, when I thought about this idea, Will Chisholm and Chuck Berries, for all the support in super chat donations like this one, is the main reason where I was just like, yeah, we should probably do that. So, Vala B is another one. Yeah, Vala B is another one. He had the video on our True Hill Heat 300, which is our most viewed episode of True Hill Heat this year. So Vala B, he's a draw. So yeah, we got to show some love to all of y'all. So let's see. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments down below. Chuck Berry saying, I still remember back in 1986 when Paul Orndorff gave a power driver to Hulk Hogan on Saturday night's main event. Wish they would have used KO power driver to close the show on TV. Thank you. And they could have referenced this. You could have had Jesse the Body. Oh my God. Cole, Pat. This reminds me of Paul Orndorff. give him the power driver to Hulk Hogan on Saturday Night's Main Event. It's 40 years later, and it's happening to Cody Rhodes. My, what the hell's gonna happen next? And then just close the show. This is the fans ask for angles like this, and I know there's gonna be people that are woke wrestling fans who are like, oh no, it's cool, it makes it feel real that they did the angle off camera, and I like that I only saw it for a while on shaky cam video, and I like for a while that I had to go to Twitter and had to go to Instagram and YouTube to see the clip. That's cool because it makes it feel so generational, so in the times. No, you air stuff like that. Your good stuff, you don't say. These are the same people, these woke wrestling fans, who will then join into the conversation that AEW shouldn't put some of these guys' best promos on social media. But if WWE does something on social media, y'all are like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. What? And I'm saying that as someone who took a video of it that got a little bit of attention. Like, I benefited from them not airing it on camera. But I'm saying as a person who is watching the product, who would have been at home 9 times out of 10, that type of stuff you got to air. You got to air because it would get so many more people into the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes rivalry. No more people are going to watch this show than any other show for the rest of the year. Not until we get to Netflix. NBC, Peacock, there's more people that watch this PLE, this special, than watches a regular episode of Monday Night Raw. That doesn't watch a regular episode of Friday Night SmackDown. This is new viewers, new fans. And that's the type of angle that they remember. And they say, hey, I'm going to keep watching because that was cool. That was dope. Like, literally coming out of the show. I think that was the main reason why I asked the people that weren't there live, what did you think about the show? And I'll say for the most part, I got more people more often than not saying me that they really like this show. And I see that in the chat as well, that you guys really like the show, the presentation. The none of the matches were bad at all. I think they were all, solid to very, very good. But there was nothing great on the show. There was no kind of consequence to the show, nothing to take away from the show until after cameras went off the air. So that's why it's a difficult show for me to analyze and to break down with you guys, is because I experienced more of the show than you guys did, and I experienced the best part. I got to play it for you guys, for you now, but your experience of watching Saturday Night's Main Event feels incomplete without the angle. That's what I think it comes down to. We got also another super chat donation. Thank you so much, Dion Jenkins. Dion, you're getting up there. You might make a late run, a late season run for some nomination. Dion Jenkins, thank you so much. He says this is the feud Cody needed for his title run. 1000%. I've been saying it ever since the heel turn after Bad Blood, that this is the first time in Cody Rhodes' reign that started in April that he finally has a story that feels like a main event program that doesn't involve anyone from the bloodline. That's kind of been an albatross. What led Cody to finishing his story was getting involved in the top program, in the main event program, the bloodline. But he got so stuck in the bloodline vortex that is everything all-encompassing of the bloodline that he couldn't really escape until the fall, until he has that first match with Kevin Owens, which really started this whole story. And yes, I totally agree with Dion Jenkins. This is the feud that Cody needed for his title run. And I also think that it's the feud that Kevin Owens needed to reestablish himself as a top guy. I think that Kevin Owens had been, throughout his dealings with the bloodline storyline, felt like a top babyface again, but he had lost so much in his storyline with the bloodline that he did not feel like a top guy. And I feel like, the story kind of necessitates Kevin Owens to eventually beat Cody Rhodes. By hook or crook, I feel like Kevin Owens has to beat Cody Rhodes at some point. What do you guys think? Do you think that this story should lead, even if it is a short run? It kind of does necessitate that Cody Rhodes lose the WWE Championship to Kevin Owens. I don't know when that happens. I don't know how you make that work, especially with WrestleMania plans involved with Cody Rhodes. But it just feels like that with this type of story, because I think that if he doesn't win the championship in this feud, this feeling of him feeling like a top guy again, I think that it's not going to last. I just don't think it's going to last. We got a bunch of people in the chat who say yes to the True Hill Heat Community Member Award. We got Power Driver Finisher mentioning Will Chisholm. You're one too. You're one too, Power Driver Finisher. You're one too. You're up there as well. LeVay, one of our members of the channel, says Super Chisholm. Yes, Super Chisholm indeed. We also got I Make Beats, who says Okada cut promo of the year last night, by the way. I did watch Collision this morning. Oh shit. Yo, Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe was the best match of the C2. Like, that shit was a rocker. That shit was a slapper. That shit was a straight up banger. Such a great story. Cocky Fletcher, full of himself, not taking Mark Briscoe seriously, and Mark Briscoe keeps fighting and keeps fighting and keeps fighting, and then finally hitting the big moves, doing what he needed to do. Jay Driller in the final minute of the match. Oh man, incredible story and a tremendous match to main event and headline Collision. Go out of your way to watch the whole episode of Collision. So there's a bunch of really good matches. Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter had a horse fight to kick off the show. You had Beast Mortos and Okada had a really good matchup. So yeah, definitely go out of your way to watch Collision. Chuck Berries, thank you. He says, talk that talk. It's SP3. Thank you. We also got Power Driver Finisher. He says, love the nostalgia feel. He says, and realistically, it wasn't nostalgic, but the setting was so old school. I loved it. We also got I Make Beats, who says, Cody looks like an 80s wrestler. He blended right in. Yeah, he did. He blended right in with the aesthetics. And then we got a super chat donation from the one and only Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. Will heard me, and he came a calling. Praise be, Will Chisholm. Yes, that was the first name where I was like, we should do something for the True Heels. Like, let's do a True Heels award for them. And I was like, Will Chisholm, definitely one of the people we got to add in. He says, we haven't got through to Tony when it comes to Thunder Rosa, but Triple H, please, EO for Rumble. Let's push it through, SP3. Prayer circle, y'all. Let's put our hands together. Put our heads down. Iyo Sky, Iyo Sky. Let's please win the Rumble. Triple H, Triple H. Will you please see color? Please let the best wrestler in the women's division win. Iyo Sky for the Rumble. She needs to win. Just came up with that. Okay, you can unclap your hands. You can lift up your heads and send that into the heart of Paul LaFell. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know you're applauding right now. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. But thank you for the super chat donation, Will Chisholm. We also got here I Make Beats, who says both C2 matches slapped. Indeed. And we got, of course, my good brother, my usual tag team partner for these. He says WWE Saturday night's main event, a glorified house show. Nothing that great happened. No, until the cameras went off. I'll tell you, Josh, I'm telling you. The post-match angle was great. You just didn't see it. We also got Ed Gade, who says Iyo Sky, 100% emojis. Then we got Power Driver Finisher says GPS, Iyo. We got I Make Beats. Yes, he says that was moving as fuck. Thank you. I try my best for you guys. for you guys. Thanks for the love. Keep coming with those super chat donations. Keep coming with those comments in the live chat. But let's get into WWE Saturday night's main event. Like I said before, I was there live, Long Island, New York. I thought that the presentation, the building, it looked packed. It looked like we had a bunch of exciting fans. And from the jump, they were making noise. They were into the show in a major way. We get the WWE signature open. We get an overhead shot of New York City, and the voice of Raw's Joe Tessitore welcomed us to tonight's show. We then headed into the cold open, followed by the iconic intros set to Animotion's Obsession. And then we get Joe Tessitore bringing out WWE Hall of Famer Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura. When I saw that jacket, I was like, sir, you brought it back. You brought it back. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. But yes, no issues with Jesse the Body Ventura. The boas was out. He looked colorful. He sounded colorful. Loved him healing up on Cody, going in on Cody ahead of the main event. It was like Cody was Hulk Hogan, and this is what Jesse the Body Ventura does. He was the original heel commentator for me. As I was growing up, the first voice that I heard next to Gorilla Monsoon, growing up as a kid on the old VHSs that I had for like WrestleManias and different, I think like Superstar Challenge type DVDs and VHSs. It was Jesse the Body Ventura on the call, so it was great to hear him back in WWE. Great times indeed. But yes, then. But let me know what you guys think, because like I said before, I wasn't able to hear him on commentary. So let me know what you guys think. What did you think about Jesse the Body Ventura on commentary on this show? What did you think about his contribution, and would you like to see more of Jesse the Body Ventura on these type of shows? We do got in the chat, Josh is back. He says the Winged Eagle belt did bother me because it was clearly a WWE shop version. Yes, it did look fake. It didn't have that shine to it. It had like a kind of fake tan. It felt like fake tanner. Felt like I was looking at a tie-in from Jersey Shore. It was weird. Let me know what you guys think. We also got Power Driver Finisher says, oh my, he did well. SP3, he mentioned the jacket is Damian. Oh yes, I did hear that he said that he skinned Damian the Snake, Jake the Snake's old snake. So good shout for Jake the Snake, who was another one that I thought that they should have made the call. See if he can get out, if his AEW deal allows him to make one appearance. Just one appearance. I wanted to see that. So we'll see what happens with Jesse the Body Ventura making more appearances on Saturday night's main event. But our opening contest saw Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with Sami Zayn. We get Pat McAfee making his return right before this match starts. He gets a good ovation from the Long Island fans. Drew McIntyre comes out, couple of boos, but some cheers as well for him. We also got Sami Zayn came out to a good reaction from this crowd, very much into Sami, especially in the early going when Sami right out the way goes after McIntyre as the bell rang. He got taken down with a big chop. Zayn recovered and hit McIntyre with a bunch of punches in the corner, followed by a big clothesline on the apron. Zayn hits an Arabian moonsault on McIntyre down to the floor. On the other side of the ring, we get Zayn attempting for a vaulted press, but McIntyre is able to catch him in midair and completely tosses him across the announce table. I believe at that point I did see on the big screen you guys went to commercial break, but I was able to see most of the matchup, and it was really domination from Drew McIntyre during the commercial break. Sami would have brief spurts of coming back into the matchup to get the fans excited, but Drew would kind of squash those. When we come back from commercial break, McIntyre starts throwing Zayn for an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. I got a 2 count. Sammy comes back. He avoids an attempted shoulder charge into the ring post. Goes McIntyre. McIntyre tries for an avalanche white noise, but Sammy flips out of it, hits a sunset flip powerbomb for a close near fall. He then attempts a blue thunder bomb, but McIntyre blocks and cracks him with the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Drew goes for the Claymore, but he's intercepted when Zayn gets a blue thunder bomb for a near fall. We get Sammy. He goes back into the corner. He's looking for the Aluva kick, but Drew avoids it by going out of the ring. Sammy tries to chase him down by going out of the ring after him, but Drew has a ploy. He sets the trap. He goes right back inside the ring. Sammy follows him there, and he hits the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn. I thought this was a very good opener to the show. Nice intensity by both Zayn and McIntyre with the fired up sense of urgency type of start to the show. And these guys have great chemistry together. They had a series of terrific matches over on Monday Night Raw in 2023. This was a more abbreviated version of that. So nothing like great, but I thought this was a very good start to the show. And the crowd was just so hot for this one. They knew who the babyface was. They knew who the heel was. They were very much into Sami Zayn from the open, big Sami Uso chants throughout, giving Drew the heat he deserves, especially on the win and how it happened. Drew McIntyre, he's one of the best, one of the MVPs for WWE in 2024, and a big win here. I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. A good start to the show. I very much enjoyed this one. But what did you guys think? We got in the chat, we got a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Dion Jenkins. I love you, Dion, since you mentioned him. Solo. Do you think Solo is one of the 4 to go? That's interesting. That's interesting. Do you think Solo is one of the 4 to go? Wait, 4 to go where? One of the 4 to go. Let me know. I want to, because I don't want to answer this and then I'm answering it wrong. Because I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know what you're thinking. Because this feels like an incomplete sentence. One of the 4 to go where? To go where or to go what? Let me know, Dion. You don't have to send another super chat. You could just let me know with a comment. I Make Beats says, Drew needed the win, in my opinion. Good matchup. Oh yeah. Because I did hear that Drew says 1 down and 4 to go. I think he's talking, and I'm believing that he's talking about the OG Bloodline Survivor Series team, whether it be Sammy, Jimmy, Jay, Roman, CM Punk. He's gonna get his way back to CM Punk in that way, or yes, is he trying to get revenge on the entire old Bloodline, which was Sammy, Jimmy, Jay, Roman, and Solo? I did not think about it that way. I think you're onto something, Dion Jenkins. I think you're onto something. And you know what? I'm riding with you. You started the bandwagon, you built it, but I'm going to be the second person on board. I think he is talking about Solo Sikoa. Because Solo Sikoa, that's why I'm glad I did listen. I did watch this match back, because commentary did mention that Drew's mad at all of the OG Bloodline, but Solo Sikoa is the one that cost him the WWE Championship. So maybe there's a reason why they said that on commentary, is because they are giving you a red herring that Drew will eventually come for revenge on Solo. In that situation, who's the babyface to you? Is it Drew? Is it Solo? Let me know in the comments. We got Mani's, he's also saying that too. Yes. We got Power Driver Finisher. He says, I think Drew has no problem with Solo being in his way, and Drew simply taking care of that. That's fair. Mani's saying, could Drew possibly get involved in Solo versus Roman at Raw on Netflix? I'm interested to see if we get some type of Drew and Roman matchup before WrestleMania, or even at WrestleMania. Maybe that could be a WrestleMania program that they do. But I am interested, because Drew did have the appearance on SmackDown. We did see the backstage segment with Nick Aldis, where they teased that he's been talking to him about a potential trade from Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, give him a fresh landscape to be without CM Punk being on this show after a year long program with him. That makes a lot of sense. And then he could get through with Jimmy, take care of Jimmy. Then he can move on to Roman, and he can feud with Roman before WrestleMania. Maybe that keep Roman busy before we get to WrestleMania season. We got Ed, who says Drew is the face. I was just checking. Some people like Solo. I know a lot of y'all don't. But I do. I like Solo. Solo's hilarious. I love him. We did get Tito Santana and Rich Herning, as well as Jimmy Hart, shown at ringside enjoying the show. Good to see the legends on this show. It's definitely a good shout. I was kind of surprised we didn't get any type of like backstage segment or any segment really with the legends other than showing them. It's just showing respect, you know, to the stars from the past. Next up, we get the WWE Women's World Championship up for grabs. Liv Morgan defends against the aforementioned Iyo Sky. This matchup starts pretty fast. You get both ladies going at it, trying to hit some big moves and kicks. Iyo does a kip up and stares down with Liv. Liv attempts a powerbomb to the outside, but was blocked by Iyo. Iyo then follows up. She tries to go for a moonsault, but Liv blocks that. She eventually hits a acai moonsault off of the I think it was the middle rope to the floor. Beautiful stuff from Iyo. She always is the most athletic person in the room when it comes to WWE stars to me. We returned with Sky and Morgan at a standstill a bit, with the challenger gaining momentum, coming on the comeback. We got Sky ran across the ring and landed a tope suicida to the outside on Morgan. Double foot stomp, springboard drop kick by Sky, got a near fall. We then get Morgan. She avoids Sky's bullet train and hit her opponent with the backstabber. Sky, however, she regained the advantage. She has 3 consecutive rollover German suplexes, which looked great. I was like, that's when the crowd really got into this thing. I think they were into the matchup from the start because Liv has a very established heel character, and Iyo Sky is just so exciting to watch live. It's just like, I heard so many people like whispering aside me, like, oh my God, she's so good. She's just so good. She is so good at the wrestling. It is true. But Morgan is able to kick out after the 3 consecutive rollover German suplexes. We get an enziguri by Morgan, is met by a crossface by Iyo. Morgan is able to escape. However, she fails that, and then Iyo puts her in the corner, hits the bullet train. She goes for the over the moonsault, but Liv gets her feet up, and then she follows up with the Oblivion for the 1-2-3 to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. Probably Liv Morgan's cleanest win against an established talent. Probably her cleanest win of her entitled title reign. Like, she usually gets the help. We always say it. It's the Jeff Jarrett TNA 2003 formula of, oh, let's hit him with the guitar, and I get the 1-2-3. And it's usually distraction. Dom distracts. I cheat. 1-2-3. We've been used to it. So this was a nice little fun change of pace. I think that if it would have got more time, this would have really been a really good matchup, and probably by far Liv's best of our title reign. I thought they had the potential to go there, but I know with you guys, with the commercial, you only saw 6 minutes of this 9-minute matchup. It was good for the 9 minutes that it was on, so I gave the matchup 3.25 stars. I just wanted a little bit more. I think that if it would have gone longer, it would have been better. I thought that these 2 ladies had pretty good chemistry, other than a couple of mistakes, like Iyo slipping off of the top rope and a mistimed spot or 2. That's it. But I thought they worked really well together. Post-match, Liv celebrates with Dirty Dom and Raquel in the entranceway when Rhea Ripley steps up and stares down with Liv, letting it be known that she's coming for her Women's World Championship. So like I said, I enjoyed this one, but I have been seeing mixed reviews when it comes to Iyo Sky versus Liv Morgan from fans out there. Tell me what you thought in the comments, in the live chat. Let me know what you think about Liv Morgan and Iyo Sky from Saturday night's main event. Dion Dinkins says, I feel like Liv Morgan has taken the Alexa Bliss position in the company. You know what, Dion? You are not the only one who thought that. During this matchup specifically, I thought that. I did think that. I was like, she just feels like this generation of WWE. 2010s had Alexa Bliss. 2020s got Liv Morgan. That's how it feels. Dion says Alexa is a much better promo, though. 1,000%. 1,000%. Maningzi saying Liv winning a match clean was so shocking. Yes, it just never happens. It never happens. It never happens. But that's how good Iyo is. Iyo made Liv so good that she was able to beat her with no hope. Look at that. I May Beat says I wanted Iyo to win, but here's to 2025. WWE needs to sort their ropes out. I will say 2025, the end of Liv Morgan's title reign, because Rhea Ripley's coming for this title. I think that's going to be the third big match that they book for the Raw on Netflix premiere. I think January 6th, we get Roman and Solo for the Ulafala. We get Seth and Punk, and we get Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Rhea winning the WWE Women's World Championship. Chuck Berry says, I know that Romeo must have been happy as hell, except for the Ripley part. Yeah, probably true. Probably. Alex Powell says, Netflix Raw, I am guessing. Hopefully the blow-off is a stip like I Quit. Ooh, that's a good shout. Or a cage match to keep out, Dom and them. They probably still interfere. Yeah, what am I joking? Next up, World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs. There you go with the tail of the tape, as Gunther will defend against Damian Priest and Finn Balor. We started off with Gunther and Priest teeing off on Balor for a bit before the latter took over with a dive to the outside that stunned Gunther. Then we go to the action picking up with Priest and Balor duking it out in the ring before Gunther floored both men with a dual big boots to the face. Priest felt the wrath of the Boston Crab from Gunther before Balor chopped the world champion to break things up. He gets a Pele kick to Gunther, followed up by a double clothesline by Priest, taking down both men. Priest fired away with some hard chops of his own to Gunther. They were lighting Gunther up in this matchup. With Gunther and Balor in opposite quarters, Priest was taking control. He does the corner attacks to both men. He ascends the top rope with Gunther in hand, and he does his own version of Undertaker's old school move. That got a huge pop from this old school fans. Priest had Balor in the position for the Razor's Edge, but Gunther stopped it and looked to hit the powerbomb. Balor took over on both guys. He hits the sling blade on both Gunther and Priest. Then he does a sleeper hold attempt, inadvertently turned into a pin by a super kick from Priest to Balor. Then we get Gunther locked in the sleeper on Priest and looked to have him out, but the challenger powered out of it. He landed up, he got up, hits a big south of heaven, but Balor snuck in. He hits a neck breaker on Priest, followed up by the shotgun dropkick. Up to the top, Balor's coup de grace attempt was topped by Gunther, who looked to hit a superplex, but Priest hits the Razor's Edge on Gunther, and then Balor follows up with the coup de grace, their old tag team finisher. Priest is able to break up the cover, though, on Balor before the 1-2-3. South of Heaven to Balor by Priest, but the pin is interrupted by Gunther, who just grabs him by the hair, pulls him out. He brings him over to the steel steps. He delivers a powerbomb on the steel steps, comes back in the ring, shotgun drop kick to Balor, powerbomb to Balor, 1-2-3. Gunther wins. He retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This was a really fun sprint. I thought that all three guys went out there. It did break down a lot into a two in, one out formula. But I thought when they got all three guys into the ring, they had creative ways of keeping the action going. It was action-packed for the time that we got. Really good matchup. Gunther getting the win in some. I would have liked a more dominant win, but this was definitely a highlight of the night because of how Gunther just wiped out both guys at the end. He hits the powerbomb on Priest on the steps. He hits the shotgun dropkick on Balor. Powerbomb, 1-2-3. Gunther wins. He just hit his move, hit his finisher. He's done. Get out of here. Beat both guys. That is how I want Gunther presented. Not the bullshit we've been getting for the last 2 months. Give me that, Gunther. Really fun triple threat match. I give the match 3.5 stars. This was a good one right here. I would definitely, if you're going to pick and choose which matches to watch from the show, opener, this one, main event, and maybe Chelsea's moment, which we'll get into shortly here. What did you guys think about the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship? We got Alex Powell who says, who the hell is Gunther facing next if Punk and Seth aren't available? I believe the winner of Punk versus Seth on the Raw Netflix will face Gunther at the Royal Rumble. You heard it here first. We got Dion Jenkins. He says, I'm going to be at Raw on January 6th. I hope it's a stacked show. It's already a stacked show with Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, as well as Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That's already stacked. And they're probably going to add Rhea and Liv as soon as like this Monday. Power Driver Finisher says the match was really fun, but I was just like, is anything meaningful going to happen tonight? Nope. That was the answer. That was the answer. That was the answer. But yes, that is how it goes. We went back to Jesse the Body Ventura with Joe Testator for their thoughts on the matches so far that we've seen. And he says that they talk about things. They talk about Jesse says he's impressed with Liv Morgan, and what a woman. Dominic Mysterio really knows how to pick them. And then he also talks about the dominance of Gunther. That brings us to our next matchup, which was the crowning of the inaugural WWE Women's United States Championship. Michin going one-on-one with the most popular woman in Long Island, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green came out to a pretty, I would say a really good pop. I think it was, I would say as far as like entrances, I'm going to say it was Cody and Chelsea. Cody and Chelsea were the top two as far as pops when they came out and during their matchups. We get early on between the two ladies mixed kicks from both Michin and Green, showing that they know each other. Both women started trading arm drags, that they know each other's repertoire. Green threw an uppercut to the outside. On the apron, Michin applied a modified submission. Using the middle rope as leverage with the referee distracted, Piper Niven slammed Michin on the outside to give Chelsea control. Michin then eventually counters an attempt from Green at the Rough Rider into a big power bomb. She followed that up with a release German suplex and then a tornado DDT. Chelsea was able to kick out at 2 from that barrage, but Green managed to connect with the Rough Rider to a big pop and woo, woo, woo chant because she was setting up for it during the commercial break that got a big reaction from these Long Island fans, which is where Matt Cardona is from, but that was only able to get her at 2. An attempt at a spear is avoided by Michin, which causes Green to crash into Piper Niven. We get an eat defeat to Piper on the outside. Michin managed to hit eat defeat on Chelsea, but she gets her foot on the ropes right before the count of 3. Michin is momentarily distracted. She drop kicks Piper off the apron, which allows for Chelsea, who was on the middle rope, to counter and hit a nice jump over Unpretty Her. 1, 2, 3. Chelsea Green becomes your new and inaugural first ever Women's United States Champion. What a moment for Chelsea Green, who deserves the world. Look at this attire, though. This attire, this tribute to her husband, Zack Ryder, with the cut off leg and stuff like that. Man, this is why Chelsea Green is just perfection. She deserves the world. She seems like the sweetest person ever, and she is just so hilarious, so naturally charismatic, naturally hilarious. Chelsea Green, there are a few like her, and she deserves this. And this feels like a title that was made for Chelsea. She was made for this moment, and this title was made to reward her for all of her hard work, for her amazing performance in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match earlier this year, for all the highlights that she's done on social media, on television, with the backstage segments, and just keeping to her character in the best way possible. Chelsea Green deserved this moment. You knew it was going to be emotional for her. She kept her composure, kept herself in character until the cameras went off. She did share an emotional hug with Piper Niven in the ring after the cameras cut off and you guys went to commercials. So, man, it was so good to be there. The match itself, not much to write home about. It was solid. It was just solid. 3 stars, because it's more about the memorable finish to the matchup with the jump over on Prettier. That was great. And in the moment, props to both Chelsea and Michin. They have great chemistry with one another. They know each other from the start. Coming into WWE, they were a part of the same performance center class, and they've worked so hard to get to this moment. Chelsea leaving the company, coming back. Michin leaving the company, coming back, and they have made the most of this second time around with WWE. We got Power Driver Finisher who says she is flamboyant, loud, and it pays off. Hats off to Chelsea Green. We also got Power Driver Finisher who says, I think Liv cute, but I go for mommy. I don't know. I mean, that felt random, but cool. We got Dion Jenkins saying Chelsea Green winning the U.S. title just like her husband. I agree. We also got Power Driver Finisher who says, Chelsea, sorry. Something meaningful did happen last night. Chelsea existed. Exactly. If you're going to get one moment out of Saturday night's main event, this was it. Because Chelsea Green deserved this moment. So that's the most memorable moment, meaningful thing that happened on this show. The crowning of the inaugural Women's United States Champion, and Chelsea Green finally getting her flowers. Finally. We got Dion Jenkins saying probably leads to a split between her and Piper. I would like to see that, because I think that Piper turning on Chelsea can facilitate the Chelsea Green babyface turn, because it needs to happen. Keep the character the same. She could be annoying, but she's loved by the fans. Just have her face healed. We got I Make Beats who says Chelsea Green, greatest Canadian U.S. champion since Kenny. By God, Omega. Keep coming with those comments. Keep coming with those super chat donations. Appreciate y'all. Oh, and good shout there. Will Chisholm says the most TNA Impact women's match WWE has done this year, which says a lot when they've been using women from Impact. Great stuff. We got Coco Beware and Greg the Hammer Valentine are shown in the front row. Jesse the Body Ventura comes out to join Michael Cole and Pat McAfee at the commentary desk. We get a Pat Strader talking about Joe Testator and Jesse the Body Ventura's outfit. Then we get a hype package for the Undisputed WWE Championship matchup. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, going one-on-one with Kevin Owens. Cody came out to a monumental pop. This crowd loved him. But then after the music died down and Cody's cheers died down, there was a vocal minority who were cheering for Kevin Owens. And there was a vocal minority throughout the matchup that chanted, let's go Cody and fuck you, Cody, at the same time. It is New York. You're going to get that. He's the top babyface in New York for WWE. Hulk Hogan, John Cena, they've all been through this. Shawn Michaels been through this. So Cody's just the latest. Cody wearing the beautiful, the lovely Winged Eagle Championship, not the original Winged Eagle title. You could tell by, the Winged Eagle title had a little shine to it. This looks a little rusty. Winged Eagle title looked like gold. This looked like bronzer. Looking like bronzer out here. Owens entered the ring. His t-shirt was his face taped over Dusty Rhodes' face, while Cody made his entrance with the Winged Eagle title. As the bell rang, Owens rolled out of the ring and took his time while taking a gander at the Winged Eagle Championship. Rhodes headed outside and proceeded to go on the attack against Owens as he slammed him into the commentary table. Dive to the outside by Rhodes to Owens led to an awkward landing on the injured ankle for Cody. Owens regained the advantage by throwing Cody into the ring post. Then he did a Randy Orton style backbreaker on the commentary table, just showing that he has total disrespect for his former friend. It led to a picture-in-picture break, but not before Owens looked into the camera and said, "Hi, Randy." KO, why are you this cruel? Why are you this mean? And why do I love it? During the picture-in-picture break, Owens started going after Cody's injured ankle that he injured in his matchup against Chad Gable 2 weeks ago. That became his main way of maintaining control in the matchup. But when we returned from a commercial break, Owens landed a swanton bomb on Cody for a 2 count. Owens decided to rub salt in the wound, though. He started hitting the Dusty Rhodes bionic elbows and punches. He did the roll up, the wind up, but Cody met him with some of the punches of his own, hitting the bionic elbow after the wind up. Disaster kick by Cody to Rhodes to Owens for a near fall. The WWE champion looked for a Cody cutter, but Owens rolled to the outside. A super kick from Owens on the outside led to him clearing off the announce table. He's like, fuck all this. I'm gonna put him through the announce table and get rid of him. Rhodes paid homage to Randy Orton. He hits the RKO on Owens on the table. So shout out to Randy and hope he feels better by Cody right there and getting a measure of revenge against KO. Inside the ring, Cody then hits the Cody cutter, jumping up all the way to the top. He gets a 1, a 2. KO kicks out. Rhodes placed Rhodes on the top rope. He looks for a high-risk superplex, but of course, never try a superplex on KO. He hits the Avalanche Fisherman Buster for a 2 count. Stunner attempt by Cody is met with a Crossroads attempt, but Owens is able to counter. But he pushes Cody right into the referee, causing a referee bump. And I was like, oh boy, we're going to get some shenanigans here. We get the stunner by KO. He's got the win. Cody is down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like we were counting up to 10. He has the win. We should have a new WWE champion, but a second referee ran down. KO covers him again. He only gets a 2. He's pissed off. Pop-up powerbomb attempt leads to the second referee going down as Cody tries a Cody cutter again, and he runs into the referee. Owens rolls to the outside. He tries to go for the steel chair. He took a swing, but Cody is able to duck it, dodge it, and he hits a Cody cutter instead. He picks up KO. He sees the steel chair within distance, and he hits a Crossroads on the steel chair, cheating to win. He then slides the steel chair out of the ring, hiding the evidence, and the first referee gets up. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship by nefarious means. But very good matchup. Arguably the best match of the night. These two guys have great chemistry with one another and always deliver strong showings. And this crowd was very much into all of this. This was another one, like I said about the opener. They know who the babyface is. They identify with Cody. They connect with Cody. So everything Cody does, they live and die for. Every move he hits, they're cheering for him. Every move he takes, they're wincing. They're booing KO. KO knows how to get the most out of the crowd. So this really delivered in the main event spot. 3 3/4 stars is what I give it. But the post-match angle is what everybody was talking about. So if you weren't here before, just in case, we're going to run it back. One more time for the people. What happened in the post-match? Cody tries to cut a promo, but Kevin Owens comes back. He attacks Cody from behind, and then this happens. So after delivering the package power driver for the first time in his WWE career, his finisher from the independent scene, from PWG, Ring of Honor, he hit it on Cody. Cody was laid out. The officials and doctors got the stretcher out. They were stretchering Cody away. KO grabs the Winged Eagle WWE Championship. He poses with it. He runs back into the ring. He puts his foot on top of Cody, stands over him with the WWE Championship. He then goes to the entranceway. He poses for the fans, does a bow for the fans, posing with the WWE Championship. When Triple H comes out, he tries to grab the WWE Championship away from KO. He pushes him. KO pushes him back. He grabs the WWE Championship. He's not wanting to give it off. They get into an arguing matchup, a shoving match. That was also put on social media as well. You can take a look at that. Cody was stretchered out of the building. What a scene. This is the type of angle that you do on TV, not on social media. I say it once, I say it again, I say it 1,000 times. Please, you gotta do your best stuff on television. I'm saying that to the top 2 promotions in the business. Y'all too much do these stuff on social media. It was fine with the Bad Blood heel turn. I think it added to the unpredictability of what would have happened and to the reaction of what would have happened. But this, you should have showed this on TV. You should have showed it. Who cares if the fans were cheering? It got the biggest reaction of the night. It was the hottest the fans got the entire night. And yes, the fans did give a 50-50 reaction to KO raising that title. There were some fans who were happy to see it and wanted to see it on this show. But you can't fear that. You got to just do it. You got to just do these type of angles because this is the type of angles that makes people keep watching. Will Chisholm says, it's going to be funny that KO does a CM Punk AEW storyline when he says he's the real world champion. You're seeing the vision. You're seeing the vision. We also got Power Driver Finisher. He says, not going to lie, they should do it on cable TV, but on free NBC channel, give it to everyone. Yes, you give it to everyone. Everyone deserves to see that. You know how many people? There's so many new wrestling fans that were watching last night. They would have been like, yo, they would have been calling up all their friends that they used to watch wrestling with that haven't watched wrestling in a while. Like, yo, you should have saw what happened. Yo, they actually did a power driver in WWE, and Cody was laid out. He was the champion. He won, but he cheated to win. And KO got revenge with the power driver, and he laid him out. And then he started pushing with Triple H, and they were going to fight. I think they're going to fight. They're going to do KO versus Triple H. Yo, so many different conversations. Water cooler stuff with this type of angle. But, you know, maybe you still get it, but they'll be looking at their social media accounts, and it's just, okay. We got, I don't think I'm going to say this, I think I'm going to say this wrong, brother, but I'm going to say Jacine. He says, I hate Kevin Owens. Simple yet effective comment. Simple yet effective. We do got another super chat donation from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries. Starting the show with a super chat donation, ending the show with a super chat donation. That's what I'm talking about. That gets you the True Heel Award of the Year. But Chuck Berries, thank you. He says, loved Jesse Ventura's commentary during this match. Him going back and forth with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole wasn't bad in my opinion. Wasn't bad in mine. I'm going to go back and watch it because I do want to hear Jesse on commentary how he meshed with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, who could be trouble to deal with because they have their own little chemistry together, but who knows, putting a third party in there, how it would work out. But I from what I'm hearing from you guys, it sounds like it's worked out. We got I Make Beats. Thank you so much once again, Chuck Berries, for the support. I Make Beats says, enjoyed the main event of main event. Hope for Cody KO3. Let me know in the comments, in the live chat if you can, before we sign things off. What match, what stipulation should the third match between Cody and KO be? Because you got to add a stipulation at this point. I thought technically this show should have done a stipulation matchup because it felt like the rivalry was heated enough to do that. But after the post-match, you got to add a stipulation. I'm thinking last man standing, something like that seems appropriate for the rivalry where we're at. So last man standing at the Royal Rumble, I think that would be incredible. Incredible. Power Driver Finisher says, dog collar match. Sign me up. If we're going to do blood, sign me up. Sign me up. If you're going to do blood and not do slap each corner, sign me up. Dion Jenkins says last man standing. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It makes sense with the power drivers, package power drivers of it all. Makes a lot of sense. But let me know in the live chat. Let me know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give the show? And of course, final call for super chat donations for me for WWE Saturday Night's Main Event 2024 in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up. I was there live. I got to experience the whole show, including the post-show angle. So it's a thumbs up for me. I enjoyed myself being there live. Love the energy of the crowd. Love how loud they were throughout. Love the old school presentation, the old school feel. It was a good time there. So I really enjoyed myself. Out of 10, I would give this show a 7 out of 7. A solid 7 out of 10 show. Nothing really happened outside of the post-show angle and Chelsea Green becoming the inaugural Women's United States Champion. But it was a fun watch. It was just fun to watch. Loved the old school feel. Felt like it was wrestling was a little bit bigger being on NBC. That's a good time. And it's always, that is a good point, DeAndre. It's always better live. It's always better live. It is. It is always better to be there live. So I give it a 7 out of 10. It was a good time. A fun watch, a breezy show to get by, 2 hours, 5 matches. Good time. Then I would give the match of the night. I'm going to give it to Cody versus KO in the main event. I thought these guys have developed really strong chemistry together where I don't think it's going to be possible for these guys to have a bad match, but it's going to be anywhere between good to great every single time. And this was a very good one to close the show. Then we got the MVP for the show. I'm going to give it to Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, my MVP, your MVP, all of our MVP after this show. But shout out, honorable mention to Michin. And I'm going to go with LVP. LVP, there's no one really obvious to be LVP. Oh, the only obvious one would be Finn Balor. Finn Balor. Yes, the leader of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor. Pinned again. Finn Balor. Finn Balor. We got Jasim. It says, what's next for Cody Rhodes? It's Kevin Owens. He's going to have one more match with Kevin Owens, and this one has got to be a stipulation. It's got to be a physically intense, brutal stipulation to where we're at in this feud. Chuck Berry says 7.5 out of 10 for me. Match of the night was the main event, of course. Power Driver Finisher says match of the night, KO with Cody, Chelsea as well. I guess, Chelsea for MVP, LVP, Damian, and he means Damian the Snake to be killed. I did realize that. That was cute. But yes, keep coming with those comments. Keep coming with those comments in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought about WWE Saturday Night's Main Event 2024. You saw the chat's thoughts. You heard my thoughts, but these are our thoughts. We want to hear yours. Like what you like. Have your takes. You like the show. You love the show. You hated the show. Let us know in the comments, and we'd love to interact with all of you guys. And of course, if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here, because we are less than 200 subscribers away from our goal for the end of 2024. 20,000 subscribers. We are this close, guys. We're this close. We need all of the community to push us over the finish line, but we are less than 200 subscribers away. Can't believe it. We are so close, so close. 2 weeks ago in 2024, and only less than 200 subscribers away. Love to hear it. But that's for all of you who haven't already. Subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you have done that, you can also show your support by going over to patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month if you have it, if you're feeling generous and you want to get back to what we do here to keep the channel moving. You can go over and become a Patreon backer where you have first access to become the voters for our True Heel Heat year-end awards. This is our 8th annual year-end awards where we take the votes from our team, from our Patreon backers, from our members, and some of our subscribers to give the awards for the end of 2024. Your men's wrestler of the year, your women's wrestler of the year, tag team of the year, best match of the year, worst match of the year, and much, much more. We got a lot. We're on tag. We just put up men's match of the year over at patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. We'll have tag team of the year and worst match of the year probably later today, if not tomorrow morning. And we'll have videos on all of those as well. We do our videos for our match of the year. We're going to have AEW match of the year, WWE match of the year, and I hope New Japan match of the year videos. We then will do our best match of the year video and worst match of the year videos. We'll also have we're also going to do major shows of the year. We have done promo of the year. Me and Jimmy are doing our AEW tier list as well. So that might be available first for our Patreon backers, and then it will be up on here on the channel. So there's a lot for you to support as we end off 2024. And yes, I'm going to be a very busy man over the next couple of weeks because I'm trying to get all these videos done, all the work done before Christmas, so I can enjoy Christmas with the family and not have to work and do any videos on Christmas. So Godspeed to me. I got 10 days to do all of this. But show your support, patreon.com/TrueHillHeat, and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified because we go live here pretty much every day. So that means I'll be live tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the True Heel Heat Wrestling YouTube channel with J News, with Sanal to review tonight NJPW Strong Style Evolve 2024 show. You can check me, J News, and Sanal previewing that show, giving our predictions for that show, featuring Mercedes Moné defending the NJPW Strong Women's Championship against Hazuki. You can watch it tonight, NJPW World, NJPWWorld.com, as well as on Triller TV, and then join us tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for the review. You can also check out our True Heel Heat flagship podcast from yesterday. We had True Jaw Josh, myself, and Chrissy talking about all the latest wrestling news, including Ray Phoenix accusing AEW of inhumane treatment and all the drama surrounding AEW currently. We talked about the return of Toni Storm, the return of Tessa Blanchard to TNA Wrestling, and what WWE has on tap for Raw on Netflix. So a really great episode of True Heel Heat for you to enjoy. Check out AE Ramble from earlier this week with me and Jimmy reviewing Winter is Coming, featuring the return of Toni Storm. So much for you to enjoy on the channel here, and so much to enjoy this coming week. Like I said before, Strong Style Evolve review tomorrow. Tuesday, Rated Raw review. We got on Wednesday, we'll have our Ring of Honor Final Battle 2024 preview, as well as our first year-end video. Thursday, AE Ramble. Friday, we'll have another year-end video for you to enjoy. Saturday, the flagship podcast. And then next Sunday, I believe I'll be doing a review of Final Battle. Or, no, that'll probably be later in the day. We'll do a late night review of Final Battle because I'll be going to AEW and ROH at the Hammerstein Ballroom. So if you're going to be there, let me know. Come see me. Let's take a picture. Whatever you want me to do. I've always loved meeting the subscribers, meeting the fans here of True Heel Heat when I am live at these events. But if you haven't already, if I haven't said it already, Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. And thank you for joining me live. Thank you if you're watching me on demand. And I appreciate y'all. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below. You know the deal. This has been our WWE Saturday night's main event 2024 review. We are signing off until next time.